Who should actually buy a high-end AI workstation like this? Who's better off putting their money into a laptop or a cloud subscription? And does the price make sense for anyone who isn't a full-time researcher? Those are the three doubts that keep most people scrolling past the glossy ads for ultimate desktop rigs. I've spent the last few weeks reading the technical forums where data scientists argue over GPU memory, watching YouTube breakdowns of the latest RTX cards, and even testing a couple of older workstations to see if the newest specs translate into day-to-day productivity. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the NOVATECH AI workstation is built around Intel's newest i9-14900K and an RTX 5080. On paper that sounds like a monster, and for the right kind of work it really is. The real question is whether you'll actually feel that monster under the hood when you're training a neural net, rendering a 3D scene, or cutting together 8K video. In my experience, the bottleneck for most desktop AI users isn't raw CPU cycles, it's GPU VRAM and memory bandwidth. The RTX 5080 brings a generous amount of VRAM and newer tensor cores that shave minutes off training loops that would otherwise take hours on a previous gen card. If you spend a good chunk of your week running models that sit comfortably within that memory envelope, you'll notice the difference immediately. That said, if your workflow is mostly spreadsheet-heavy analytics, Power BI dashboards, or you rely on cloud notebooks for the heavy lifting, you might be overpaying. The i9-14900K's 24 cores are fantastic for parallel compile jobs and mixed precision simulations, but they also draw a lot of power and generate heat. NOVATECH counters that with a liquid cooling loop, which keeps the CPU in the low 80°C range even under a sustained stress test. In a real office setting, that means the fans stay quiet enough that you can have a conference call without the hum becoming a distraction. However, you'll still need to allocate space for a decent-sized case and a proper airflow setup. This isn't a machine you can tuck under a desk without thinking about vent clearance. Let's talk about who actually benefits from the 64 GB of RAM and the 2 TB storage. If you're a 3D artist juggling multiple high-poly models, textures, and simulation caches, that memory headroom lets you keep several large projects open at once without swapping to disk. I've seen studios where artists would otherwise wait 3040 seconds for a scene to load, and with this kind of RAM the load times drop to under 10 seconds. The 2 TB SSD, while not the fastest NVMe on the market, still offers enough bandwidth for raw video ingest and fast render cache writes. For a video editor who works in 4K or 8K, you'll be able to scrub footage smoothly, and the workstation can handle the simultaneous encode and preview pipelines without stuttering. On the flip side, the storage isn't expandable in a plug-and-play way. The drive is soldered onto the motherboard, which means if you ever need to upgrade beyond 2 TB you'll have to rely on external enclosures or replace the whole board. That's a hidden trade-off that can bite users who think more SSD space is a simple add-on. Also, the RTX 5080, while powerful, sits just a step behind the RTX 6090 that some high-end creators are already testing. If you're planning to future-proof for the next 3 years of model scaling, you might find yourself hitting the VRAM ceiling sooner than expected. Price is the other elephant in the room. This rig lands in the upper four-figure range, and that's a lot of cash for a desktop that you could partially replicate with a custom-built PC using off-the-shelf parts. The value proposition NOVATECH leans on is the fact that the whole system is pre-assembled and supported in the USA, which spares you the headache of compatibility checks and BIOS flashing. For a small business that doesn't have an in-house IT team, that peace of mind can justify the premium. For a hobbyist who is comfortable tinkering, building a comparable machine for a few $100s less might make more sense. Now, let's walk through a concrete scenario. Imagine you're a data scientist at a mid-size fintech startup. Your daily routine involves pulling terabytes of transaction data, cleaning it with Python pandas, and then feeding it into a gradient boosting model that you fine-tune each night. With the i9-14900K handling the data preprocessing and the RTX 5080 accelerating the model training, you can finish the nightly job in half the time you'd spend on a standard workstation. That translates into faster iteration cycles and, ultimately, quicker product releases. You also get the benefit of running a local Jupyter server without worrying about network latency that you'd encounter on a cloud VM. Contrast that with a freelance video editor who only occasionally works on a 4K project for a client. The same machine will give you buttery smooth timeline playback, but you're paying for GPU power you'll rarely tap. In that case, renting a cloud GPU for the heavy render days or opting for a less expensive desktop with a strong CPU and a